Hey guys, it's Lavender. I'm so excited to be making my first Q&A video. Woo, 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 woo. Very excited, but also very nervous because it's my first video that's not a roleplay. So I feel like I'm going to say something stupid throughout this video. But yeah. To start, I would just like to thank you all so much for 2,000 subscribers. I love making these videos so much, everything about it, and just to know that you guys like it and appreciate it and it helps you, it makes me really happy. So thank you so much. And now let's get into these juicy questions. I've compiled questions both from YouTube and from Discord, and let's get started. So, what's your favorite song? My favorite song is Love of My Life by Queen. How do you start making a new audio? I think this question is about maybe like the process of making a new audio, so that's how I'm gonna answer it. I'm sorry if I misunderstood your question. But basically, first I need to conceptualize the audio. Am I gonna do Friends to Lovers? Am I gonna do, anything like that? So I need to think about the concept. I need to think about my personality, what I'm going to be like in the video. I need to think about sound effects that I'm going to use and all of that. So conceptualize the video. And then I need to write my script. Script written, it's time to record. I record everything that I need to. And then I make my thumbnail and my video background. And then I start editing. And while editing, for some reason, I always have new ideas and new things that I want to add. And so I have to go and record these new ideas and add them last minute to the audio, which is why a lot of the times I'm late. But yeah, and then the audio is done and I can post it. What are your favorite audios to make? I love Friends to Lovers. I think that concept is always so cute and wholesome. It always turns out so adorable. So I love those. Do you listen to ASMR roleplay? Not anymore, actually. I used to listen to roleplay a bit, but I feel like since I started making the audios, I haven't been. I don't know why, but I haven't been listening to it. Any fave songs / artists right now? So, like I said, one of my favorite songs of all time is Love of My Life by Queen, so definitely Queen. Anything by Queen is just incredibly amazing. I love Queen. I've been listening to Beach Bunny a lot. Love them. Harry Styles. I love Harry. Love Harry. Especially his first album. I am absolutely in love with Harry Styles by Harry Styles. I love that album so much. I've been listening to From the Dining Table a lot from that album. I think it's such a good song. Definitely underrated. And yeah, I think those. What inspired you to start making these awesome audios? Thank you for saying they're awesome. I appreciate it. Honestly, I don't have like a fun, touching story. It's just I was watching a roleplay once and I thought, I could do this. I could be good at this, And so I did. I thought that I could excel at it, and then I wrote a script, and I recorded it, and then I posted it, and that was it. So yeah. How tall are you? Okay, so this is a trigger for me. Because I thought I was 5'2". I thought I was 5'2" for the longest time, but then recently I had to measure myself, and it turns out I'm 5'1", and I was so sad. I lost a whole inch. Like, I was so sad. I was so sad by that. I was really sad. But yeah, 5'1". What's your ethnicity? I'm Latina. And what's your sexuality? So, for a very long time, I've debated on whether I was going to add this question to the video or not. And I still don't know, so let's see if you get to hear my answer. And that's basically because I don't know. I feel like recently I've gone in this journey of self-discovery. And this is definitely one of the aspects of my life that I'm trying to figure out right now. So basically, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have a straightforward answer for you. I just don't know now, but I am figuring it out. And that's where I'm at the moment. So, YouTube questions done. Let's get into my lovely little Discord server questions. Again, if you want to join the server, the link will be down below. And I hope you join so we can have loads of fun together there as well. So first question, what made you want to do ASMR? Like I said before, basically because I thought I'd be good at it. Yeah, I thought I'd be good at it. I thought I could do it. I thought it would be fun to do it as well, to write the scripts and make the audios and see all, like, everybody's reactions. So, yeah. I thought I'd be good at it, and I thought I'd enjoy it. Favorite Nordic country? Pick wisely. I think I'm gonna have to go with Sweden. Which video of yours is your favorite? Oh, this is such a hard question. Favorites for me is already really hard. I'm terrible at picking favorite anything. So picking my favorite video is gonna be so hard. I actually still haven't decided. I'm gonna look through my videos to see if once and for all I can decide what my favorite video is. Can I do like a top 5? I love the first video, and it's like, you know, near and dear to my heart since it's the first one I ever made. I also quite like the first softly singing you to sleep video. I think it's cute. I love Your Girlfriend Helps You Shave, and I love Girlfriend Does Your Makeup. I love those as well. I think the Halloween video is good. I love it. I think it turned out so cute. I love the little scream thing that I did in the beginning. These are my top 5, I think. I might change. Honestly, I change favorites like every week. Favorite shows / series? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alice in Borderland. Alice in Borderland. It's so good. It's so good. How is it so good? It's so good. I will never shut up about Alice in Borderland. I love it so much. I was absolutely obsessed with season 1. I binged it in like a day. I was obsessed with it. Obsessed. I even read the manga because I couldn't wait. Like, I couldn't wait. I had to read it. So I read it, and now I'm like trembling for season 2. I need season 2. Honestly, Netflix has been kind of killing it. Netflix has been killing it with K-dramas. Netflix has been killing it with Spanish shows. Netflix has been killing it with Spanish shows. Sky Rojo is one of my favorite shows recently. It's just so good. Oh my god. It's amazing, but it's definitely very mature. It's definitely very explicit, and I don't recommend you watch it if you're under 18. But it's such a good show. Oh my god. It's so good. So, favorite animal? Okay, so don't tell my dog, but it's cats. I really like cats. But don't tell my dog. Photo of cow nails when. So for context, we were talking in the Discord server, and I mentioned how I had finished doing my nails, and I painted them in cow print, so here they are. I promised a little photo of it, so here it is. Look at my cow print nails. Aren't they so cute? I love them. They look adorable. A. Lavender ASMR. What languages do you speak? Well, I speak English, I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and now I'm currently learning Korean. I love learning new languages, and hopefully in the future I'll get to reach my goal of speaking 6 languages fluently. What's your favorite music genre? I love a bunch of them. I like indie, I like pop, I like old rock music, old rock bands. Yeah, I think I listen to a little bit of everything, honestly. What's your favorite band? Queen. Queen, 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 Queen. I love Queen. Everything about Queen. Queen is just so amazing. All-time favorite band, Queen, 100%. I love Queen. I love it. What's your favorite song? Love of My Life by Queen. It's so good. Love of My Life by Queen. Do you play an instrument? I do. I play the ukulele, but I'm not great at it. But I play a little bit. In a scale of 1 to 10, how healthy would you say your eating habits are? I think I'd give myself a 7 because I'm not a picky eater at all. I eat just about anything. And I love veggies, I love fruits. I eat a lot of veggies and I eat a lot of fruits. I love fruit. But I'm also so obsessed with anything sweet and especially candy, and I eat a lot of it. I deducted points for that, but also because I really like fast food. I don't eat fast food that much, but I did eat some today, so so I deducted a few points from that as well. But I would say I'm pretty good. What's your favorite football, not the American one, team? I don't really know anything about soccer, actually. No, I like nothing. I don't know anything about soccer. Well, obviously I know a little bit about soccer, but I don't really have a soccer team. I know my family does. My family's soccer team is Fluminense, which is a Brazilian soccer team. So, yeah, that's what they are, and that's what they like. But I don't really know anything about that. So, once in a video, you said that your hair is blue and black. Was that once true, or do sometimes? Was that once true, or sometimes do you say things just for the sake of the video? I don't remember saying that my hair is blue and black in a video before. Did I say that? No, it's not true if I said that. I don't remember. But it's not true. My hair is not blue and black. But I definitely sometimes say things for the sake of the video if I think they're gonna fit, if I think it's gonna sound cute, and just fit the concept. Definitely. Have you had different hair colors? I have, but I'm so boring. Like, my hair is naturally black, and for my birthday this year, I decided to dye my hair for the first time because I saw a picture of Zendaya in this, like, gorgeous green dress with coppery orange hair, and I thought, oh my god, she is a literal goddess, and I want to pull this hair off too. So I got it done for my birthday, and I looked really cute. But yeah, kind of like coppery orange, I guess. It looked really good. I was really happy with the result, and now it's like super faded, so I have to dye it again soon. But I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because I love my black hair, so I was thinking of just like cutting the paint out. I don't go out much, so it doesn't. Do you hear him? Do you hear him being rude? Are you done? Oh. Apparently, no, he wasn't. Are you old enough to drink / have you gotten drunk before, or do you prefer other substances or none at all? I am old enough to drink, and I have gotten drunk before. I'm not gonna get into that. But no, I don't use any other substances. Could you imagine if I just like admitted to using drugs in this video? That'd be crazy. What other shows do you like instead of anime? Like I said, I like a bunch of K-dramas. I like a bunch of like Spanish shows that are coming out on Netflix. I like a lot of do you know what I love? I love old reality TV. I love old reality TV. I'm obsessed with old reality TV. A show that I've been watching recently is You on Netflix. Everyone talked so highly of it that I finally decided to watch it. And I really like it. It's really funny in a surprising way. I feel like Joe's inner monologue is so funny to me. How he thinks he's like the most amazing guy alive and he's like a feminist and all this. But then he does what Joe does and it's pretty funny. And the acting is just phenomenal. Like, oh my god. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I think you guys will notice that I took a really long time to finish this video from what I'm gonna say right now. But I'm watching also on Netflix Rebelde. Rebelde is kind of like, it's a new show on Netflix that's kind of a reboot of a very, very, very old show from my childhood, and I'm so happy! I'm so happy and excited! It's not as good as the original, obviously, but like, the original was so iconic, so I'm so happy, and like, I grew up on it, and I'm so happy I get to watch this and get all nostalgic. It's also pretty fun. It's a pretty good show. So those are the two shows that I've been watching right now. Do you like Netflix? If not, would you like to borrow my Shutter account? Clearly, I do like Netflix, so don't worry about it. It's all right. keep your Shutter account. What type of music do you like? Do you listen to different languages? Like I said, I listen to loads of different types of music, and I definitely listen to different languages. I listen to music in Spanish, I listen to music in Portuguese, in English, Korean, Japanese, French, and a bunch of other artists. So, but yeah, if you have any songs you want to recommend me, feel free to leave them down below and I'll check them out. Can you show a picture of something that's yours that you find valuable, like in real life? So, I have an answer for this question, but sadly I can't show you a picture because it's just filled with so much personal information. I would just have to blur basically everything, so it's really not worth showing a picture, but I'll describe it to you. So, during 1 year in elementary school, I was moving, so it was my last day of school, and as a surprise, my teacher decided to make me a little book. So she had all the students draw me a picture and write me letters in the back, and then she compiled everything into a little book, and it's honestly one of the most precious things that I have. Sometimes I'll read it and like cry because I have such beautiful memories of that time in my life. Simpler times. Happier, simpler times. And so it's definitely one of my most precious possessions, I think. Okay, so do you know / are you involved with zodiac signs? If you are, please for the love of God, don't tell me you hate Virgos. I'm honestly done with people saying they hate Virgos. Also, what are your big three? For zodiac signs, in case you don't know, sun, moon, and rising sign. So my sun is Pisces, and my moon and rising are both Scorpio. So she's heavily like water sign based. Yeah, so Pisces, Scorpio, and no, I don't hate Virgos. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure with like zodiac sign compatibility, Virgos and Pisces usually get along pretty well, so I have no issues with Virgos. Don't worry about it. What are some of your hobbies or interests? So, for starters, I feel like singing is a big hobby of mine. I love to sing. It's like my favorite thing to do in my life. Oh my god, do you know what I love? I love to make jewelry, like beaded jewelry. I love. I love to make little dainty beaded jewelry with like cute charms like mushrooms and strawberries, especially fruits. I love to make little fruits. I think it's so cute. My favorite thing to make is bracelets. I love to make bracelets. I have a bunch of them that I made for myself. Recently, I got some seed beads to make these, and I love it. It's so therapeutic, and it's so fun, and they always turn out so beautiful and so cute. Yeah, so I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to make these little beaded jewelry things. I've been getting into journaling a lot. I bought a bullet journal, and it's so fun. It's so fun getting to like conceptualize a new page and adding all of the little stickers that I got and just writing all my thoughts. It's a lot of fun. I love my little bullet journal. I love singing. Singing is one of my passions, and it's a hobby because I don't do it for a job. So I'm trying to think of something different, or I'm trying to think of something else that I maybe do. I love to do makeup. It's so fun. Again, it's very therapeutic. I love to do like crazy, colorful eye looks. It's just so fun, and I love it so much. I'm also really interested in fashion. So yeah, fashion, makeup, jewelry, and then bullet journals. What was your dream job when you were younger, or what is your dream job? So ever since I was a kid, I always dreamed of being a singer, and I think it's still one of my dream jobs, but I think for now, I want to keep it as a dream. But it's definitely one of the things that I love to do. I love singing. I absolutely love music. It's like a vital part of my life and my personality. What are your pronouns? Do you use one set or more? My pronouns are she, her, and that's the only set that I use. And she said she's from Hawaii. Do you know how to say cute in Japanese? Kawaii. I don't get it. I don't know where that's from. But yeah, I do know how to say cute in Japanese. Next question. Why did you name your channel Lavender ASMR? Again, pretty boring, but it's just because I love lavender. It's one of my favorite colors and it's one of my favorite scents. I wear like a lot of lavender perfume. Those like room scent things that make your room smell nice. I love the lavender scented ones. I just really like lavender. What's the worst and the best thing you ever did? Huh. I don't know. What a deep question. I don't know. Let I think about it. Oh my god, the worst thing I've ever done. I just thought about something. Oh, you guys are gonna think I'm a horrible person, but I have to answer. So sometimes when I'm coming back home from work, I can't believe I'm admitting this in a video. Sometimes when I'm coming back home from work and I have to sit on the subway, I pretend to be asleep so I don't have to give up my spot. I know that's horrible. I know it's so horrible. I'm a horrible person. I'm disgusting. I'm a horrible person. I'm disgusting. But in my defense, I don't do it all the way through. Like, I always open my eyes at every stop just to make sure like no one needs to be seated. Like if there's someone that needs to be seated, like maybe like someone that's pregnant or something like that, I will 100% give up my spot. But I have noticed that, do you know in the subway they have like preferential seats? I have noticed that a bunch of people that aren't supposed to be sitting there always sit there, and everyone else has to get up and they don't, when they shouldn't even be sitting there in the first place. So I pretend to be asleep, so those people have to get up. But also, obviously, I like open my eyes at every stop and I like scan the subway to make sure no one else needs to be seated. I'm so sorry. But I get so tired. I get so tired after work. But yeah, that. The best thing I've ever done. Like morally? I don't know. I guess I'm not a good person. I don't do good deeds. I'm kidding. I do good deeds, I think, but it's not something that like I think about. Like, oh my god, look at this amazing thing that I did today. I just do it, you know? So I don't know how to answer this question. I'm so sorry. Secret talent. I can make a little dragon with my hands. I can do it both with and without its little tongue. My friends from elementary school taught me how to do that. What's the weirdest thing about you? I can't extend my left pinky finger all the way. Strange, isn't it? I don't know why. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, I can't extend my pinky finger all the way, and it's pretty weird. Strangest thing you've ever done or witnessed? Actually, oh my god, I have a crazy story to tell. Very strange. Also traumatizing. Very, very traumatizing. Disclaimer before I start telling the story, I am in no way, shape, or form criticizing religion at all. Just these specific people. But honestly, I recommend you buckle up because it's a ride. It's a very wild ride. Okay, where to start? So, part of my family is very religious, and when I was young, they would try to make me go to church, and they would invite me to like church events to see if I would want to, be a part of their religion. So, I was invited to 2 church camps growing up. I was invited by my cousin to 2 different church camps growing up. I wasn't really into it and I didn't really want to go, but I'm really bad at saying no, especially to my friends and my family. And so I knew this meant a lot to my cousin, so I said yes and I decided to go. The first camp I went to, I met 2 people who were in very similar situations to me. They weren't really religious, they didn't really want to be there, but they also didn't want to say no to whoever invited them. So they went and we met and we started to hang out because we had a bunch of stuff in common and it was really fun. right? So I made these two friends. But the thing is, they lived pretty far away from me, and I was really young, so I couldn't see them that much. So when my cousin invited me to the second church camp, I was like, yes, 100% yes, I'm totally gonna go because I would get to hang out with my friends. Plus, it wasn't really camp. We were gonna go, it was more like just a vacation. We went to this beach house that one of the youth leaders had. So, yeah. So I was just like, I'm gonna hang out with my friends and I'm gonna go to the beach house. That's gonna be pretty cool, right? So I accepted. And the bus ride there was pretty normal. We even made friends with another person who was also there for the same reasons as we were. And he just ended up hanging out with us. So we made a new friend and it was super fun. But here's the thing, I was 13, right? And we got there very late. We left the church pretty late and we got there at like midnight or something, right? And when we got there, the youth leaders told us that they had a surprise and we were to wait outside while they prepared it. And then we would form a line to go in one by one. And so we were waiting, right? Okay. And when the kids started going inside one by one, we started noticing some really weird sounds coming from the house. We would hear banging, like someone was banging on a door or a window, and we would hear yelling. It wasn't really like screaming, it wasn't really like, ah. Someone was yelling something, but we couldn't really understand what it was. And we were just like, okay, that's a little strange. But whatever, right? Everything's gonna be fine. Also, the kids weren't coming out of the house. If you went in, you stayed in. We didn't see any of them outside the house. Me and my friends, we were like probably the last group of kids to go because we sat at the very back of the bus. We were some of the last kids to get in line, so we were at the very back of the line. And they pushed me to go before all of them, so I did. And so my turn came and I did. Someone opened the door for me. I went inside and then they closed the door behind me. And that's when the chaos begins. The house had 2 floors and I was at the first floor. And there was no one in the house and everything was really quiet and I was like very confused, right? But yeah, a lady showed up dressed in like white. She was wearing this white dress. She was one of the youth leaders, so I knew who she was. And she looked at me and said, "You died tonight. This is your judgment." And I was just like, what? And I was so confused at that statement. I didn't know what the night would entail, but I was like, okay, let's go, I guess. And then she takes me upstairs and she heads back downstairs. I was left in the second floor of the house, and it was almost like this big living room situation, but the only furniture that was in this room were 2 tables, like a big long table and then a smaller table, and there were 2 doors at each side of the room. And so in the bigger table, there were 3 people, and I think you can guess who it was. It was God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Well, obviously, youth leaders dressed as God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. God looked at me and said, "You have an X amount of seconds to tell me why you deserve to go to heaven." And I don't remember how many seconds it was exactly, but it was between 30 and like 40 seconds or something. So very short time. And I was, number 1, 13, number 2, terrified, and very nervous. I didn't know what to answer at all. So I just told him, I don't know. And I don't know, I feel like you should be the one to judge because, you're God. And then Satan over there starts screaming like, oh, because she doesn't read the Bible. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. She's a sinner. She has to go to hell. And that's when it really started to get extremely terrifying for me. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. And so God came to the conclusion that, yes, I did in fact deserve to go to hell because I didn't know how to answer his question. And yeah, so I was sent to hell. Satan grabbed me by my wrist and he led me to one of the doors on one side of the room, and he opened it and it led to this like corridor, and I went in, and as soon as he closed the door, it was pitch black. I could not see anything, and it was terrifying. I am scared of the dark today at my big age. Could you imagine how scared I was when I was 13 and I couldn't see absolutely anything? There was another girl in there too. I remember she was like, "Oh my god, there's someone else in here now, finally." I'm just like, "Hey, are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." But it was really scary because I couldn't see her. I could only hear her. I couldn't see anything. Pitch black. And then that's when the banging started. I started to hear banging coming from behind me, and it was so loud. It's like someone was banging on a window, like one of those wooden windows, banging and screaming, "Sinner!" And I was so scared. I just started to cry. I just stood there and cried. I didn't want to sit down because like I couldn't see anything. So I don't know, I didn't even want to move. I was mortified, and so I just started to cry. And then my friends were being sent to hell one by one because of course they were. They were all sent to hell just like me. And we were just sitting there crying. We were just crying. I remember just crying together with them. At first, we made jokes about it when my friends joined me. We made little jokes about it, like, "Oh my god, we're in hell." But then we just started to cry because it was so scary. It was just like a really terrifying situation. And after a little bit, they opened the door. They opened the door that was behind me. So, like I said, the door in the room, it led to this corridor with rooms. When a door opened behind me, that's when I noticed more or less where I was. And going in, again, I could more or less understand what was going on. So this room had wooden windows, and that's where they were banging to scare us outside. Basically, when I walked into this room, there were a bunch of kids just like either crying or just sitting on the floor quietly, not saying a word, just looking at the floor. It was a very depressing sight, to be honest. And then the ladies looked at us. There were two girls, two of the youth leaders. They looked at us and they said, "You're going to sit down and you're going to think about what just happened. You can't sit together and you can't talk to anyone. So you're just going to sit down and think." So that's what we did. We sat down separately. And guess what I did? I cried. I cried a lot. It was so scary. I just wanted the night to be over. I just wanted to go to sleep. I wanted to go home. It was just so terrifying. And then all the kids were sorted into either heaven or hell. And that's when the like kind of experiment ended. They turned on the lights. The lights were turned off. Well, the lights weren't really turned off, but they had this like red light bulb to further intensify the hell aesthetic. Yeah, they turned on the other lights that weren't red. And they looked at us and they said, "If you died tonight, you would have gone to hell." So think about that. And could you imagine? I was 13 years old, and I was a part of like the older kids in that group. There were a bunch of kids that were younger than me who were thrown in hell and were basically traumatized for life because it was a horrible experience. It was a horrible experience. It was so scary. It was so traumatizing that I feel like that's an event that I'll never forget in my lifetime. It's that thing. This story, I'll never forget it. And do you want to know what happened afterwards? Afterwards, they led us all into the other door on the other side of the room that led to the kitchen. And that's where heaven was, and it was a little party. They led us to the party so we could like finally eat and drink water. And then they pretended like it just didn't happen. I remember I was so shocked how they were like laughing and just like chatting and stuff. When 5 minutes ago they had locked me in a dark hallway and started to bang on the windows behind me so they would scare me. Definitely one of the strangest things that have ever happened in my life. Very scary, very strange. But yeah, I'm so sorry for the gigantic answer, I guess. Favorite hobby? Definitely the little jewelry making that I mentioned before. What bad habits do you do? Clearly say yes to people. I'm very bad at saying no to people, and I tend to prioritize other people before my own needs and desires all the time. I eat a lot of candy. I don't think I drink enough water. I should definitely drink more water. What else? Oh, I tend to bottle up my feelings a lot, and deal with them by myself. And then sometimes it just bursts. Sometimes I guess, snap, you know? So that's definitely a bad habit. I should talk to people more. Which would you rather have, a piercing or a tattoo? So I love tattoos. I have 2 piercings. Both of them are on my helix, I think it's what it's called, on both ears. And I love piercings, but I also love tattoos. I just haven't gotten one yet because I don't know exactly what I want to get, and also because it's pretty expensive. So, yeah. Once I decide something that I really want to get, I'll get a tattoo. So if I could, I'd rather have a tattoo, but I already have piercings. And do you play sports? So I used to do martial arts. Does that count? I used to do martial arts. I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think it counts, right? Because, like, it counts. We consider it a sport, so. I stopped because of quarantine, and I don't know when I'm going to go back because it's such a, like, contact sport. With COVID, I don't know if I feel comfortable going back to it, but I really like it and I miss it a lot. What was your favorite thing about where you grew up? My favorite thing about where I grew up? Oh, okay. So my favorite thing about where I grew up, I lived in a building pretty close to the beach, and I used to study in the afternoon. So every day before school, my grandpa would take me to the beach so we could have coconut water, and he would, like, buy me a bunch of candy, which would drive my mom insane. But he still did anyway, so I definitely loved that. What movie did you watch over and over again when you were a kid? I have this thing where I rewatch movies all the time. I love rewatching movies, but I feel like the two that I used to watch the most over and over again were definitely another one of my favorites was Coraline, which, fun fact, it's still my favorite movie of all time. It's Coraline. I know, I'm an adult who still likes Coraline. It's still my favorite movie of all time. What can I say? I keep rewatching it, and it's still creepy. I'm an adult now, and this movie still creeps me out. I love the story so much. I love the creepiness of it. I love it. I love it. I love how colorful and bright it is, and how that just adds to the creepiness. I love it so much. Something that you regret not starting sooner. I'm gonna say 2 answers, and one of them will be answering the question and the other one won't. So, one thing I regret not starting sooner is learning new languages. If I had started very young learning a bunch of different languages, I could have been speaking a bunch of different languages. But I decided to start at, like, 17, so I definitely regret that. And also, it's not the second one, it's not necessarily that I regret not starting sooner, is more so I regret not continuing with it. When I was a kid, I used to take ballet classes, and for some reason I didn't like it as a kid, and so my mom was like, "Oh, sure, whatever, like, you can stop doing it," because she wanted to respect my wishes. So I stopped doing it, but then I grew up and I fell in love with ballet, and now it's, like, kind of too late. And it's really sad. I really wanted to learn ballet. I really wanted to be a ballerina, but it's okay, I guess. Biggest pet peeve. Okay, so I have a lot. I have a lot of them. For an example, saying sorry when you're not actually sorry. I don't like when people do that. That's just dishonest. You don't feel sorry. You know you don't feel sorry. Why would you say sorry? It pisses me off. Don't like when people do that. And a big one right now that has been irking me a lot since I've been taking the subway every single day. People who don't, like, stand on one side of the escalator to let people who are late walk up. Do you know what I mean? Because in an like in an escalator, most people will just like stand still, right? Because it's moving you up and down. But like the respectful thing to do is stand to one side so you clear a path for people that are late to just walk up, or people that just want to walk up the escalator to walk up the escalator. And I've been late so many times because a person has simply decided to stand on the other side of the escalator and block the passage. And I've been late and I've missed my bus because of it. So it's it's like one of the biggest ones at the moment. It's a huge one for me. Stand on one side of the escalator, people. Okay, people are late. People need to go home and catch buses. Jesus Christ. Seriously, that one pisses me off a lot. Place that you want to travel to the most? Well, I have a very long list of places I want to go. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Canada. I really want to go to Italy. Recently, something about Italy has been like calling me. I really want to go to Italy. I really want to go to Greece. So those. How do I eat my pizza? Like manually? like physically how I eat it? I mean, I'm Brazilian, so I'm partial to a knife and a fork a few times. That's how we eat pizza. But recently, I've been just folding it. Just fold it and boom, eat it. It's great. Love pizza. Pineapples on pizza is terrible. I don't like pineapples on pizza. But if you do, I respect you. Who's your celebrity crush? I have two. Harry Styles is a very big one ever since I was like 14. Same thing for Robert Pattinson. So I would say Harry Styles and Robert Pattinson. A book you would recommend? Coraline. I would recommend Coraline. I had to think really hard for this question because I don't read a lot of books in English. But I highly recommend Coraline. It's so good. Like, if you liked the movie when you were a kid, or even now, you're gonna love the book. The book is really cool. It's extra creepy. It's so much creepier, just by the way. And it has a really nice message. I really love the book. I think it's great. It's a great book. I would recommend Coraline. Go read Coraline. Do you think you're shy or outspoken? I think I'm quite shy. I think I'm very shy, at least in person. I think I'm more open, like online. It's not as scary to talk to people online, I think. But in person, I'm very, very shy and very quiet. I have a really hard time making friends and just talking to people in general because I'm so shy. So, yeah, very shy. What's the best advice your parents ever gave to you? This is a hard one. I think something that my mom's been trying to teach me for a very long time and has tried to teach me since I was a kid is to kind of just like enjoy things, enjoy life, go live life because it's so short and it's so quick. You might as well just live it the way you want to, you know? To not care so much about what other people think of you. Because they don't even think of you that much, to be honest. We're all so focused on ourselves all the time. So, honestly, people don't notice you as much as you think they do. So just do whatever you want. Just live however you want. I think that, maybe? So that's it. That's my first Q&A video. I want to thank you all so much for these lovely questions. I had a lot of fun doing this video. Some of these questions actually made me think for a little bit. I didn't know what I would answer. Let me know if you liked it, if you want me to do other videos like these, maybe more Q&As or just non-roleplay videos. Yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if it's too long. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.